Have you ever wondered how some people remain calm, no matter what happens? You could shout in their face, slam a door, or even send a passive-aggressive email, and they wouldn't flinch. They don't explode. They don't shrink. They simply don't hand you the keys to their inner world. I used to think that kind of peace was genetic, some mix of luck, coffee alternatives, and deep breathing. But I've come to realize it's something else. It's discipline. Not in the loud, showy sense, but the quiet kind. You think you're calm? Wait until someone tests you, then we'll see. So before you relax, take a second to like the video and subscribe. But only if you truly enjoy what I'm building here. Comment below where you're watching from and what time it is. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe so we can continue exploring deeper Stoic lessons together each day. I once read a line by Seneca that hit me so hard I had to close the book. He said, "No man is more unhappy than he who never faces adversity, for he is not permitted to prove himself." And I thought, what if peace isn't comfort? What if it's quiet strength under pressure? Because here's the thing, I've had moments of silence that weren't peaceful at all. My lips weren't moving, but inside was chaos, racing thoughts, imaginary arguments, mental drafts of replies I'd never send. That's not peace. That's inner noise disguised in stillness. Real peace is when your thoughts stop competing with your emotions, when your ego takes a back seat, when your self-worth isn't up for negotiation every time someone misunderstands you. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Which sounds neat, until you're actually in traffic, or betrayed, or blamed unfairly. And yet, I've started to notice the quietest people in the room are often the strongest. Not because they don't have something to say, but because they don't need to prove it. There's a power in not needing the last word. There's a strange, magnetic gravity to someone who stays grounded while others are shaking. And there's a real debate here too. Some philosophers argue that calmness is just emotional suppression dressed up in a robe. But that misses the point. Peace isn't denial, it's mastery. And the oddest part? Many Stoics used to rehearse their own death daily. Not to be morbid, but because once you've accepted your end, petty slights don't stand a chance. I'm not quite there yet, but I've stopped answering every insult like it's a call I have to take. Some rings are better left unanswered. There was a time I thought peace meant absence, no noise, no pressure, no conflict. But that was just a fantasy I sold to myself, an idealized version of stillness that didn't survive the first. I once worked with someone who could find a way to make the weather sound offensive. You'd say, "Nice day today," and they'd respond, "Not for the planet." Every sentence felt like a hidden landmine. And for months, I let it drain me. Then one morning, I just stopped. Not talking, not arguing, just stopped reacting. I remembered something Marcus Aurelius wrote to himself, because all his writings were just personal journal notes, never intended for public reading. He said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." And it clicked. I'd been trying to control the weather, but peace is learning to carry an umbrella instead. This shift wasn't dramatic. No fireworks, no cinematic music swelling behind me. Just small, quiet refusals. I didn't attend every argument I was invited to. I let go of needing people to get me. I started to walk away, not out of avoidance, but out of understanding. There's a subtle power in that. It's like the moment you stop trying to swim upstream and instead find a rock to lean on. Still in the water, still in life, but stable. And here's something strange. Did you know Cleanthes, one of the early Stoic philosophers, worked as a nighttime water carrier while studying philosophy during the day? He carried buckets all night so he could learn about virtue by candlelight. He could have complained. Instead, he became unshakable. Now, there's still this idea floating around that calm people are weak, that being chill means you have no boundaries, but I've found it's the opposite. People who truly know peace set clearer boundaries because they're not afraid of being disliked. They don't rush to fix discomfort. They know discomfort isn't danger. It's just noise. You know what's more draining than conflict? Trying to keep everyone comfortable while ignoring the war inside yourself. I used to think I had to earn peace, like it was something that came after solving all my problems, replying to every message, finishing the last item on the list. But that's the trick, isn't it? Peace doesn't wait for you to fix the world. It waits for you to stop fighting what you can't control. Epictetus taught his students to separate what's in their power from what isn't. That's it. That's the whole game. He even warned that the only real prison is in here. He'd point to the head. Not the chains, not the circumstances, not even death. He said, it's not things that disturb us, but our judgment about them. What if peace is just... His coworkers thought he was nuts, but he said it brought instant peace. Because in that moment, all the nonsense fell away. The email didn't matter. The traffic didn't matter. That thing someone said about his shoes definitely didn't matter. So much of our unrest comes from trying to control stories outside ourselves. People's perceptions, their tone, their approval, the outcomes. But none of that belongs to us. The only thing I can govern is how I meet this moment. And that includes the messy, raw, ordinary ones. Philosophers still debate whether true peace is passive or active. Is peace surrender, or is it mastery? I think it's both. The mastery to surrender without collapsing, to let go while holding steady. Because peace isn't retreat. Peace is resistance to chaos. Not through noise, but through silence. The quiet kind of strength that holds its shape, even when nothing else does. We don't get peace from the outside. We carry it in. Or we don't carry it at all. And when we finally do carry it in, we stop needing to win. We just start being free. So maybe peace isn't a luxury. Maybe it's a responsibility, a discipline. Not the absence of tension, but the presence of clarity, right in the middle of it. The more I study Stoicism, the more I realize peace is power not because it's soft, but because it's unshakable. It doesn't flinch. It doesn't beg to be understood. It just is. That kind of calm, it changes a room. It changes a day. It changes a life. So if you're still searching for peace, don't chase it. Don't force it. Just practice clarity. And the noise will start to fade on its own. And when someone tries to rattle you, you'll remember. Stillness is a choice. And your peace? That's your real power. If you're hearing this now, I hope it finds you in exactly the moment you need it. Let go. Breathe. Be still. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe so we can continue exploring deeper Stoic lessons together each day.